You'll probably agree when I say that screens have taken over our lives. It's easier than ever to get caught up in a constant buzz of notifications, endless scrolling, and screen time overload. We're chronically plugged in, constantly online, and usually not taking enough time to disconnect. So in today's video, I want to talk about 3 of my favorite types of activities that help me to step away from the digital noise and reconnect with myself. Whether you're overwhelmed by your devices or just looking for a different way to engage your brain, I'm sure you'll be able to benefit from these as well. When I'm looking to step away from technology, I love turning to more tactile or hands-on activities. Whether it's playing a board game or taking care of my plants, these are the types of things that offer a refreshing change of pace. And what I think is special about them is that they require a lot more intention. They require more methodical action. They require you to actually pay attention to what it is that you're doing in the moment and to be present, which is very different from that passive state that we're in when we're scrolling through social media feeds and getting constant hits of dopamine. A quick Google search will tell you that hands-on activities like pottery, painting, gardening, sculpting can offer a number of different benefits, including providing stress relief, enhancing focus, improving fine motor skills, promoting mindfulness, fostering creativity, and offering a sense of accomplishment through tangible results, all while reducing screen time and digital stress. What's more is that many of these hobbies and activities can actually be enjoyed socially, so you can get that added benefit of a human-to-human connection if you decide to enjoy them as a shared experience. And I think the key here is to make sure that whatever the activity is for you, it has to be as accessible to you as your phone is, or even more accessible. So instead of having your painting supplies tucked away in a drawer, bring them out on your desk. If you're going out, have a book that you always take with you. So that way you're not always just constantly reaching for your phone, but you have another activity that you actually enjoy that can actually be a lot more beneficial for you in the long run. Another way I like to disconnect is through reading. And I've talked a bit about my reading habits on this channel. What I love about reading is how different it can look for everybody. You might be the type of person who enjoys poetry, or maybe you like going down in rabbit holes about niche scientific topics. It's something that you can tailor to your mood. So let's say you're feeling a bit philosophical, you might want to pick up an essay. Let's say that you're in a lighthearted mood, maybe you might want to pick up a fun novel. Reading not only pulls you away from the screen, but it pulls you into new worlds and ideas. It asks you to be present in that moment so that you can follow the plot, you can understand the characters, you can learn new ideas and concepts. It also does wonders for improving your attention span. Again, I think as chronically online people, it has become more and more difficult for us to focus on one thing for an extended period of time. We always have to be multitasking and doing 10 million things at the same time. And I think if you're someone who spends a lot of time online, you know how short your attention span has become because you're so used to those 10-second bursts of entertainment from places like TikTok, for example. But I think as you become more comfortable with extended periods of reading, you'll find that focus translates to other parts of your life, whether it's your work or your studies or just having a conversation with someone without feeling like you need to impulsively, check your phone. Studies have also shown that reading can significantly reduce stress levels, and immersing yourself in a book can help lower your heart rate and blood pressure, promoting relaxation. When I read, I prefer to do it with a physical book or on my Kindle as opposed to something like an audiobook, for example. And that's not to knock audiobooks. They're just not my preferred way of reading. And I think for the purpose of disconnecting, there's just something about having that material, that text in front of you and having to engage with that I think reading or listening to an audiobook doesn't really give you. But again, I would say read what you enjoy. It doesn't have to be Pulitzer Prize winning authors, doesn't have to be the latest book trends on Book Talk. I think when you read what you like, it becomes a much more sustainable habit because it's something that you actually enjoy. The third and final way of disconnecting that we're going to talk about is moving your body. And this doesn't have to be an intense gym workout, but I think something as simple as taking a walk around your neighborhood or doing a couple minutes of stretching when you wake up or before bed can do wonders for you. I don't think I have to tell you why movement is so beneficial for us. It is great for your physical health, your mobility, but also your mood. And what I would challenge you to do is to do it sometimes without any distraction. So if you're going for a walk, for example, no music, no podcasts, nothing. Just try to tune into your body, to the way that your body feels, to the sounds around you. And it can be a very meditative experience. I think, again, because we're so plugged in and because we're so used to always consuming some form of media, it's almost scary to do things in silence. But just remember that you don't always need constant stimulation. And the best way to be in tune with your body is sometimes by tapping into silence. I think everyone can find the time for their body. Just think about how much your body does for you every single day. The least you can do is to find 20-30 minutes to give it some exercise and to get moving. So those are some of my favorite ways to disconnect from technology and digital noise. I'm sure that you can find time in your day for one of, if not all, of those types of activities. If you enjoyed today's video, remember to leave a like, subscribe, comment, and let me know what some of your favorite ways to disconnect are. As always, I'd be happy to hear from you down in the comment section. So take good care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.